Brad Raffensperger knows he is a man being watched. The Georgia Secretary of State travels with security, having faced threats on his life and against his family. He is a frequent subject of former President Donald Trump, who has called him out and cast doubt on Georgia's election integrity.
And Raffensperger ought to make sure that the vote is honest. And they don't want the vote to be honest. In my opinion, they want us to lose.
Their tensions date back to the now infamous phone call from then President Trump after the 2020 election.
I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have.
Trump telling the Secretary of State to find the votes needed for him to claim victory in Georgia. Raffensperger refused to do so and is now focused on 2024.
We understand that half the people are going to be disappointed, but 100% of the people need to know we got it right.
But out on the trail,
if we lose Georgia, we lose the whole thing and our country goes to hell.
Trump has been spreading new doubt, much of it unfounded, about the security of the vote in Georgia, a talking point repeated through conservative media for years.
The voting system that they used in Georgia is illegal.
Our rules are not impacting any deadlines.
This is Janelle King, a Republican state election board official. She and her colleagues praised by Donald Trump.
Oh, pit bulls fighting for honesty, transparency, and victory.
But for Raffensperger, a new headache. In the run-up to this year's vote, the election board in Georgia passed rules seen as controversial because they could give each of the state's 159 counties the ability to delay certification of their votes until they have done a reasonable inquiry into the results' accuracy.
We created a uniform process. All of our rules operate within the law.
Raffensperger worries what the board has done could delay Georgia's results overall and raise questions about election integrity.
What do you make of the new rules?
Well, I think I've been very clear on the state election board. They're a mess.
What are the risks of giving counties their own discretion to certify election results?
Actually, counties do not have the discretion to certify that. In the law, black letter law, it says on the Monday following election, they shall certify their elections. And if you don't follow the law, you'll be coming before a Superior Court judge.
You think that might happen this go-round?
I don't make predictions. I just say we are going to follow the law.
Raffensperger is now on a mission, working to make sure people trust Georgia's results.
This is one of nearly 30 offices getting a surprise visit from Raffensperger this election season, where he'll be testing ballot marking devices and ballot scanners like these. As you've traveled around, have you found any issues?
No.
Everything's been secure?
Yes.
The man responsible for the election in Georgia, confident in the system. Julia Ainsley, NBC News, Griffin, Georgia.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.